This is the United Nations Individual Food Ration Menu B. Now, the UN produces 6 different menus, 3 Western and 3 halal. In case you were wondering, Occidental just means Western. Now, produced in France and reportedly used in Lebanon, expirations August 2017. This 3.3 pound, 3,225 calorie ration is very comparable to a lot of the other 24-hour rations in production nowadays. Its contents are pretty extensive, even has an Esbit stove and a nutrition facts. Not bad. So without further ado, let's check this out. Okay. So, right off the bat, got some salty biscuits, 55-gram pack. And here's the Esbit stove, you know, the heating kit. This thing smells funny. It seriously smells like fish. It has a strong odor to it. Simple operating instructions. And a second pack of salty biscuits. Utensil kit. And it looks like got a little everything in there. An extensive variety of drinks. Check that out in a second. And we got some sweet biscuits. And we got your condiments, sugar, salt, and pepper, other various condiments. We've given them a look. Oh wow, that's pretty neat. Paper tissues in this like wax paper pack. It feels like the same kind of paper you'd have like bandages, like gauze bandage wrap. That's kind of interesting. Always tell that. Okay. Paired meal. Sterilized product. What is this? Oh wow, chocolate custard. That sounds pretty good. Sounds like a chocolate pudding. Oh, what else we got? Beans and sausage stew. Cool. Well within its expiration date, July 2018. And another accessory packet of sorts. All of these are going to be separated up. Looks like various snacks, some muesli. Looking at that in a second. And another main tomato and cheese pasta. And we've got vegetables with beef, 300-gram mains, same size as the French RCIR cans, just in thermostabilized retort pouches instead. And it looks like a bag for loose contents and trash. Alright, so with the beverage accessory pack, get a tea bag, mix for milky drink. So I'm guessing creamer. Coffee creamer, instant soup, a little instant coffee, hyper protein drink. Okay, so it's just soy protein and various amino acids and vitamins. High fiber drink, isotonic. So there's 7.5 grams of fiber in that isotonic beverage. You get 2 of those. That'll ensure things. Instant pineapple drink, that's pretty cool. It's a little 10-gram pack. Cocoa drink, another coffee, and another cocoa beverage powder. Let's see what we got here. Another one of these packs, which seems to be the sugar and other various condiments. So you get 8-gram packs of sugar, a little packet of salt and pepper, and a pack of ketchup, and a pack of Mexican sauce. Alright, and there's that other pack. And right here you get crunchy muesli with fruits, a little 40-gram pack, and you get a little fruit jelly. Oh wow, check this out. Cheese spread. But then, it's definitely US here, isn't this? Yeah, packed in the USA. And then mix it all the way over there, and then back to the US. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, a little cheese spread, and a little dark chocolate bar. Some strawberry jam, sugar-free chewing gum, and some toffee-flavored cream candies. Looking good. Alright, so I'm going to first start off with breakfast. Alright, so we're starting the day right with that beans and sausage stew. What would a UN peacekeeper say if he boiled this in the pouch and got it out onto a tray? Nice. Alright, so I'm going to first start off with that crunchy muesli with fruits. Looking pretty good. You know, I think that little 40-gram pack, pretty nice size, doesn't make you have to commit to real large portions. This is looking pretty decent. Just some nice, really almost just a granola, essentially. Nice banana flavor. Awesome crunch to it. It's a very wholesome flavor. Let's try out that high fiber and hyper protein drinks. Let me check out that high fiber isotonic drink first. And let's check out that coffee. Since I got that cocoa beverage, probably gonna mix that in too. It's a very fine granule. And this creamer, the milky drink, essentially, it's just hydrogenated creamer. We'll throw both those sugars in there. Do it right. And try that coffee on its own first. The creamer barely even lightens it. Doesn't seem to mix in very well either. Let that cool down a little. And that salty biscuit. These things are a little bit crumbly. They also look different than the French RCIR salty biscuit. Both made in France, certainly not the same. I'm only going to add a small portion of water to these, considering the small amount, 20 grams. And that strawberry jam. That's a very strong strawberry smell to it. It's very pleasant. Oh wow, that's definitely some interesting strawberry jam. It's a different consistency. Any other, it's a little bit runny, but oh wow, that has a very nice bursting strawberry smell to it. It just smells very, like it's almost kind of tangy. Let's check one of these out right now. That's a very lightly sweet, kind of delicate strawberry flavor. It's actually, with that salty biscuit, it tastes a lot like a strawberry shortcake. That's like a very mild, lightly sweet, or at least not overly sweet version strawberry shortcake. That's pretty incredible. Good stuff. Alright, so let's check out that main. Wow. Well, look at that. Not bad. That's a decent amount of white beans and some nice little sausages. Let's check this out. Oh wow, that's delicious. Very mild flavor. You know, you could definitely add salt, a little pepper. I'm not going to, not required, but this here is a very delicious, lightly savory, a little bit of a creamy consistency, almost like a light gravy to that sauce. But those beans, yeah, those white beans are delicious. Awesome consistency. And these sausages, they're very easy to eat, I'll say that. You know, you could wake up in the morning and, you know, have a hard time eating. This is something that would be the way to go. Pork fat, that's awesome. Look at that, right there. Breakfast of champions. Oh yeah. All right, let's check out that hyper protein drink. That is, wow, that's one of the worst, that's the worst protein drink I've ever had. That is so strange. I guess that's like what most protein drinks would taste like if they didn't add sweeteners to them. It actually needs sugar. Like, I'm gonna actually drop a pack of sugar in there and see if that helps it. I mean, not to be complaining or anything, but that was surprising. It almost tastes bad. But I'm assuming these protein powders, the protein shakes, most of them have sweeteners in them. So considering this one does not, maybe this is what most protein powder tastes like without sweeteners. So let's check this out now. 8 grams of sugar, see if it makes a difference. And it does. It's still bitter, but like more bitter than coffee. Speaking of which, I gotta check this coffee out and then see if I'm gonna add in that cocoa beverage powder or not. Make it some nice UN Army mocha. Oh yeah, that's delicious. That right there is some awesome coffee. I mean, we added in that creamer, that whitener, and it does have 16 grams of sugar in it. But the only way you can make this any better is doing it right. Yep, that cocoa is watery on its own. I can guarantee that, because this here is the way to go. You just add the cocoa to the coffee. It wasn't very sweet. I mean, it was a 20-gram pack. I think it would be like for literally like 4 or 5 ounces of cocoa. Yeah, that cocoa definitely needs to be added to the coffee. Okay, so let's check out that muesli. I tried a little bit already. Let's get a big bite. Not bad. Let's blend the muesli. There's coconut in there. That's awesome. Coconut, raisins, a very nice crunch. Yeah, this stuff's fantastic. So let's check out that isotonic fiber drink. That's interesting. I like that more than that protein drink when it comes down to actual palatable flavor. This tastes like lemonade. Oh yeah, that is awesome. Right there, and you get 7.5 grams of fiber. I wouldn't have even noticed. And this is pretty much like the dessert for breakfast. Not bad. Now we can go check out lunch. Okay, so for lunch we got that vegetables with beef, 300-gram portion, which by the way, it's a lot like the CR1M or New Zealand operational ration pack. These retort pouches, they stand up on their own. That's pretty handy. And also we got some cream candy toffee flavored. I guess they're like Werther's Originals. Oh, some more salty biscuits, coffee, tea, some of that, which is literally MRE cheese spread. I bet this little dark chocolate bar is going to be pretty nice. Okay, so I want to first start off with that vegetables with beef. You know, again, I like the way these retort pouches just stand up on their own. A little pouch stand built in. That's always handy. Let's see how that beef's looking. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's definitely, look at that corn in there. The corn and carrots. That's looking pretty wholesome. The peas. That's definitely looking like a step up from US MRE beef stew, if you ask me. Let's get the drinks going next. Okay, so next I want to check out those salty biscuits and cheese spread. You know this cheese spread will at least be good. Let's hope at least. Well, at least those biscuits held up better than the last ones, shape-wise. To knead this cheese, I don't normally just press like this. I also got to get some friction to it. Well, I gotta say the cheese is looking good. Nice. It's been a while since I've had standard MRE cheese, and that's pretty much what this is. It just doesn't really match up with the flavor that I am used to, regular US MRE cheese spread, and the pairing with US MRE crackers and that kind of malted barley flavor that those crackers have. These are alright. They have like a nice light shortening flavor. Let me check out that fruit jelly next. But they're just a little bit bland. So let's check this out. You know, we've seen these before, essentially a jelly bar. But this one here, it's weird though, because smelling it, it's very strange. It literally smells like the fuel tablets from the Esbit stove, which, by the way, I'm skipping that Esbit stove. I'm going to save it for a different demonstration. It's literally the same thing as a French RCAR Esbit. And it's not like they have the canned mains, so I honestly feel this ration would be doing better with 2, maybe even 3 flameless ration heaters, opposed to the option that you're given having to directly heat your mains in boiling water, relying on the Esbit stove. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Esbit stoves, but really when it comes down to convenience, nothing beats a flameless ration heater. Let's see if this chocolate's bloomed. I have a feeling maybe it has. Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. A little fat separation, but it's looking pretty good. Well, looking sort of good, I guess. Okay, and then those toffee flavored candies. They're probably essentially like Werther's Originals, something similar. In this case, a very generic toffee candy called toffee. Okay, so let's check out the beef and vegetables. This is looking pretty fantastic. Those cuts of beef. Oh yeah, the beef is slow cooked. It's so tender. I think it needs a little kick. This one we add in this Mexican sauce. It has pretty thick consistency. That's interesting. So this is more of like a paste. Hopefully that's not too much. Tasting a small amount. That has a really nice sweet kick to it. Oh wow. I'm gonna put the whole thing in there. That's a delicious spicy kick. Just having that little bit. This is gonna wake it up. Oh yeah, and gotta do it right. Some salt and pepper. There we go. Because this is the main that could definitely benefit from the additional seasoning. Looking good. Not bad. Yeah, so get in there. Get a nice varied spoonful of everything here. right off the bat. So much more flavor. This is gonna add to the experience for sure. That Mexican sauce really does it. Gives it a light vinegar, a little bit medium spicy body to it. That in conjunction with that savory base, that nice beef stew flavor. I mean, what I think is great is, oh yeah, see that biscuit just softened up in there. I am going for that. There we go. That's where it's at right there. Oh yeah. You see, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Just let this soak. You know, since this thing has no potatoes, it's not like your standard US MRE beef stew. To add to my taste, I'm gonna break up that biscuit and put it in there. Look at that nice cut of beef. Not bad. Okay, so I want to try out that tea next. This is nice and hot. Been steeping for a little while. And it's just right. Oh wow. Adding that 1 packet of sugar, that just gave it the perfect level of sweetness. Really brought out the flavor. That is some excellent, smooth black tea. The tannic acid levels, very low, not overly acidic. Okay, so I'm going to check out that coffee. Just having this on its own, it's fantastic. That has such a low acidity as well. It's so smooth. I mean, the tea and the coffee are literally of utmost quality. So let's check out this jelly bar, essentially what this is. Oh wow. Now, it has just a nice lemon citrus flavor, but it's disturbing because it literally smells like fish. Because it smells like the fuel tabs. No joke, it literally smells like the fuel tabs. Okay, so by the way, speaking of fuel tabs, I gotta show you the inside of this like real quick. Just like the French RCIR, it's just an S bit. And yeah, you get 4 water purification tablets with it. And the matches, it's not like the Paris Eiffel Tower, that's different than French RCIR. Other than that, the actual tablets, and these things smell like fish, no joke. Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is, they literally smell like fish. And actually this stove does look a little more sturdy. It looks a little bit different. Actually the ends feel less sturdy and the center feels thicker. That's strange. It is a little bit different. But essentially, this Esprit stove is the same thing as a French RCIR stove, a little bit out of place considering this thing has thermostabilized retort pouches instead of cans. So that's why I'm skipping it. Anyway, let's check out that chocolate. It's weird, bloomed, looks like it's melted and reformed like 4 or 5 times. It kind of tastes like it too. You know, well, it's not the worst chocolate, but if it were perfectly fresh, it'd be fantastic. So, pretty much just leaves me with these generic toffee candies. And these things have just kind of a pale tan color to them. No real well actually, no, they smell like the Esprit stove also, those fuel tabs, they smell like fish. But they have a nice buttery toffee flavor. Nothing too special. It's just a nice buttery, hard caramel candy. Gotta say though, the best part of lunch is the main. Gotta say, UN, those guys aren't eating too bad. But yeah, gonna finish up this lunch and then move over to dinner. Okay, for dinner we got that chocolate custard. And for our dessert, that's gonna be exciting. And you know what I think is pretty cool? That tomato and cheese pasta being 150 grams instead of 300, keeping it a little bit lighter for dinner. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I want to first start with that tomato and cheese pasta. Get that out on the tray. You know, this thing, a little 150 gram main, definitely a nice change up from the usual big main. Perfect for dinner if you ask me. But there's so many small sides though, that this is still quite a smorgasbord. But this here, yeah, it definitely has a nice onion and oregano smell to it. That is really decent. So let's get some cups up here. A high fiber drink. I'm gonna put that in a big glass. I'm gonna actually try this cocoa out on its own. Let's check out that soup. This has a very nice onion and spinach and celery kind of smell to it. Just very nice. It's kind of neat. Oh well, no big deal. Doesn't mix up perfectly, but we'll try it out. Oh yeah, it just tastes like a light brown gravy and beef bouillon. I mean, that's kind of neat. Alright, let's check out those sweet biscuits. See how different these are from the salty ones that we had for breakfast and lunch. Oh, they're pretty crumbly. That's for starters. Well, you get 4 pretty crumbly biscuits. Let's try one of these out real quick. Oh, they're not only far more flavorful than the salty, but they have a nicer crunch. An airy, soft crunch. Fantastic. You know, there are a lot of drinks in this thing. I almost forgot. There's instant pineapple as well. Oh wow, that has a very strong, natural, and like literally the most delicious pineapple smell I have ever smelled other than pineapple itself. Wow, that is quite the smell. So let's check out that chocolate custard next. Okay, so before, this chocolate custard, it really looks like the custard part without the bread pudding cake center of British operational ration packs. So, this custard here, yeah, definitely something interesting. This would be like taking out that center cake part of that chocolate pudding you can get in British rations. And since I always forget the gum, I better rip that open and throw it out on the tray now while I still have a chance. Okay, so I'm going to first start with that main. Let's check out that. Very prevalent tomato and oregano flavor to it. It's actually, the texture of the noodles are perfect. They're not overcooked and they're not overly al dente. Perfect texture, not too much cheese, which is great because a lot of times with a dish like that, the cheese can be overwhelming, the tomato sauce can be overwhelming. They didn't overdo it. Maybe just a little bit too much oregano, for my taste, but still not bad. Alright, so before I go to those desserts, I really want to start checking out these drinks. First, starting off with that pineapple drink. This thing looks pretty interesting. The sugar still needs to kind of mix in a little. Very light, very fine pineapple flavor. It's more like just pineapple flavored water. That's very interesting. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a little bit underwhelming from its original state, actually smelling, say, freshly cut pineapple. And of course, this high fiber isotonic drink. This actually has more flavor than the pineapple. I'll say if I mixed the pineapple drink with this, that probably would have been a nice choice. So let's check out that hot cocoa. This on its own, I just have this feeling, even with using not a whole ton of water, I just have this feeling it's it'd be a little bit watery, but we'll see. Yeah, it is. It's very watery. It's almost like it's actually not that great. Wow. Huh. Let's see if this cocoa can benefit from having some things added to it, because it just kind of seems like it needs it. That and some sugar. I rarely feel the need to do this with a hot cocoa, but this here, let's see how it is now. Yeah, that helped it significantly. It's a lot creamier, it's sweeter. It tastes more like how hot chocolate, hot cocoa should taste, or at least to me. So anyway, so let's check out that soup again. I thought this was going to be relatively watery soup, but it's not. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I can't imagine how great this would be on a cold night. It's not an overly salty, almost like a beef broth, light brown gravy kind of combination. It has a very nice onion undertone to it, but again, not the best soup in the world, but still, I mean, yeah, not bad either. And I can see some oils in the bottom of this custard. It's not just, oh, this is very interesting. I cannot wait to try this out. Look at that custard, kind of jiggly. Oh wow, that reminds me of flan. That tastes like chocolate flan. And with those juices in the bottom, it's like sugary oils. Oh, this is truly decadent. Leave it to the UN to give their guys some really good chocolate custard. Look at that jiggle. That's a fine jiggle. I want to definitely try out this custard with a sweet biscuit. This seems like a nice pairing. Oh yeah. Not bad. If you ever get a UN combat ration, menu B, save the sweet biscuits for your custard. The chocolate custard. This is one of the best military ration dessert pairings. The light, buttery, airy crisp of this sweet biscuit in conjunction with, essentially, on its own, maybe not the most appealing texture, but with this perfect texture chocolate custard. Hey, I want to thank Black Dog Bob for hooking me up with this ration. Thanks so much, dude. And also, he sent one to RC Gusto. Gusto's got a Menu C Western, so check out his channel. He should be putting that up soon. It's probably up already. I'm pretty sure it's a chickpea and mutton stew. Not sure what the other contents are of that ration, but talked to him earlier today. He said that ration went great. So I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. Anyway, this was a UN individual food ration 24-hour Menu B Western. This is Steve 1989 off MRE Info. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya. Wait, I still forgot to try the gum. Yeah, it's not that good.